Yeah, welcome to the open book, where truth don't hide, stories ride, and every chapter got that power. Turn the page, now you stepping in, where real ones talk and the fake pretend. From viral heat to deep convo, we write the truth, let the whole world know. This ain't just a channel, it's a movement. The open book, every story, every voice.
Let me end this right quick. Okay. So, y'all, I am so grateful to God. Let me take this off the screen. I am so grateful to God for another birthday. When I tell y'all yesterday, I was talking about this in my live, that the older I get, the things that I'm most thankful for are like the things that we sometimes take for granted, like our family, our health, just material things. Yes, I look forward to some things, but at the same time, I'm just thankful to be here, y'all, and be in my right mind and to be healthy and whole. And God been opening doors for me and for my business. And, He has just already, like since November, y'all, already just been doing so many great things in my life and for my family. And so I'm just so grateful to him, first and foremost. And then thank y'all so much. I've been seeing, hey, Karen, thank you so much. I've been seeing like the birthday wishes and things like that this morning when I got up. And so I was like, wow, I'm just overwhelmed. So thank y'all so much. It means a lot to me. It really does. Good morning. Hey, Peanut. Thank you for joining. Thank you, King David, and welcome. Happy New Year to you. Yes, justice for Meeks. Thank you, Freddie. How are you? Hey, Katie. Thank you so much. Okay, a 71 Suburban Girl said in doc terms is one day and a wake up. Okay. Okay, it is. But y'all, last night I had a chance when I got home, and like I said, this is an important conversation that I wanted to have. And I thank Trina. If y'all have not seen her live, she did a live last night. And when I tell y'all, she broke that thing down. Okay. Hey, Janet for Lifestyles, thank you so much. With the restraining orders and the paper trail leading up to that. Okay. She went over several of them, but the one that I'm going to talk about is one of the ones when Romeka was actually present. Okay, make sure y'all tap that like button. Let everyone know we are live. That is for free. Okay. Hey, Miss Cat. Good morning. So I wanted to go over the one when Romeka was present. Okay, y'all. This thing here, one point, and let me also say my disclaimer. This live is for educational and entertainment purposes only and is covered under the Fair Use Act. Information shared is our opinion as we react to various topics and people. Hey, Amy, thank y'all so much. Hey, V, good morning, sis. Thank you so much. Good morning. Nothing but the truth is in the building. Y'all, check out Nothing But the Truth. We went over one of her videos and reacted to it on Saturday. And when I tell you, she ate, okay, in the young people's terms. She ate on that video and broke that thing down. She brings in also like an educational and informative part to her videos that I enjoy and I love. That's the teacher in me, the educator in me that loves that. And when I'm a visual person too, so having it on the screen and so forth. So make sure you all check out Nothing But the Truth. She is doing a phenomenal job over on her channel. And congrats, sis, to you. Good morning, Miss Lisa. Okay, so you saw it. You got to finish it. Okay, yes, definitely finish it. We're going to look at just a portion of it today, but I want y'all to make sure y'all also tap into Trina at Politricans and Leader. Okay. That's the name of her channel. So y'all can see the video in its entirety because although we're going to focus on the part where she shared the one date, which was in June, where Romeka was actually there, leading up to that were some other, okay, hearings that they had that Holly had by herself and some information that was coming out. I think I got the name wrong when I first typed, but I was giving all of y'all's names to another person to subscribe to y'all's channel. Oh, thank you so much, Gretchen. I appreciate that. And thank y'all so much for the happy birthday wishes. Welcome, Regina. She said, I'm new here, but been following this case since September 8th. Justice for Romeka from Detroit. Detroit is in the building. Thank you so much, sis. That's what we're standing on over here at the open book. And welcome. Hey, SG, good morning. You're welcome, sis. You're welcome. So last night, y'all, when I got home and I saw Trina's live, Lord, y'all, it just, I don't know. The main thing I keep saying right now is, man, poor Romeka. Like, I just shake my head. Like, it's so obvious that something was going on. The more you look into this, it's so obvious that it looks very much pre-planned. Okay, in so many ways, y'all. Now, leading up to the document that we're going to look at Trina explaining, she had gone through one of the documents, and in that document, and I believe that Keys had even brought this up before, Quadasia Johnson, which is Holly Johnson. Good morning, Deidre. Make sure everyone taps that like button, y'all. It is for free. Also, if you would like to support the channel and send a birthday blessing, you're welcome to send a super sticker, super chat. My Cash App is scrolling on the screen, or buy a coffee. And let me put the coffee link, because I don't think I have a mod in here right now. For those of you who prefer that option, I can drop that link into the chat as well. Give me 1 second. But you all just being here, it's a blessing to me. Okay, let's see. Okay, I'll put it in there. Shout out to Gretchen for the super sticker and for being a sponsor for today's live. Thank you so much. So I put the coffee link and pinned it for those of you who are interested in doing it that way. Thank you so much. Hey, Philly Girl Juice, Sexy Mama Libra is in the house, and Gina, thank y'all so much. But in one of those hearings, okay, Holly admitted that she had a piece of Romeka's mail. Okay. Now, first of all, this just shows you her mentality and why, even on the day that, thank you, Gretchen, even on the day that she was arrested, that she did not say how she feared for her life and that this is self-defense and she thought Romeka was coming after her. There were certain things that she left out, even that day. Okay. See, she doesn't have all the details. This whole plan, best believe, I don't think it was all put together in her little bitty itty mind by herself. Okay. I do believe, because as I was listening last night, I said, hold up, who else was helping her with this? Because it just doesn't seem like all of this, and I'm not taking away any accountability that she needs to face, but this whole thing does not just seem like it was her by herself. Okay, good morning, Tabany. Hey, honey, 5K. Shout out to Philly Girl Juice for the super sticker and for being a sponsor for today's live. Yes, Gretchen, she really broke it down last night. And I was thinking, hey, K Brown, good morning. What in the world? Who was actually helping her with this? Now, when the judge asked her, because she's admitted when they were talking about addresses, okay, she admitted to having a piece of Romeka's mail. That is a federal offense. So, for one, she didn't even realize what she was doing, even in that moment. And my thing is this: they should have arrested her then for that. Girl, that is a federal offense. Even before we even get to the other stuff, they should have arrested her for a federal offense. Okay? Hold on, y'all. Thank you, Brittany, and her welcome. Shout out to Sexy Mama Libra for the super chat and for being a sponsor for today's live. Hey, Miss Josephine, thank you so much for the super sticker and for being a sponsor for today's live. Thank y'all so much. I appreciate all of the birthday love. Okay, so that in itself, child, she should have been in jail for a federal offense of stealing somebody else's mail before we even got to September the 8th. Okay, and when the judge asked her, my son had to, he was waking up giving me some birthday love. Mommy, love ya.
Happy birthday, Mommy.
Thank you, man. Before that, us getting to that is a federal offense. So she should have gotten into trouble. Okay. And my thing is this, when the judge asked her where did she get it from, y'all, the next thing she comes out of her mouth and says, oh, we share a child's father, and she starts talking about something else. No. Let's back it up, ma'am. I asked you because the judge did not even hold her to a level, hey Nicole, a level of accountability. I said, where did you get the piece of mail from? And how did you obtain that? You need to answer that question first. There was not a level of accountability in that situation. Okay. Because how are you walking around? You're up here trying to get a no contact, a stalking, no contact order on Romeka, ma'am. How do you have a piece of her mail? Because that starts making you question who was stalking who. Okay, that's number one before we even get to the other part. Okay, it shouldn't have been another part because, ma'am, you are out of order. Okay, you are looking crazy having somebody else's mail and then admitting to having a piece of their mail. If I was Romeka, I would have been scared of this girl. You were doing the most, ma'am. But then Romeka didn't have a reason to fear for her life. Oh, and let me say this. Hey, Rhapsody, welcome. Hey, Valencia. Let's see, is being for being a brave, amazing witness, because she gonna be the reason Holly and Lowe's get their butts handed to them. Okay, right. Shout out to that witness. Yes, very courageous. Yes. I mentioned that in someone else's live. Hopefully someone get this information to the judge. Yes, and the judge, hopefully, y'all, like I said, one thing I'm praying for, I may even have to do a prayer tomorrow, a special prayer for this hearing coming up, is that this judge, the prosecution, they come ready. We want them ready. Do not play any games with this case. Holly is an alleged sociopath. She went in Romeka's mailbox. Yes, sis, that's what I was going to say. Before I get there, let me say this. The more I hear of certain conversations, the more I'm getting more and more confused. So I just want to make a little PSA. Okay, if you can hear me in the back, this is a PSA, a public service announcement. Romeka Meeks Blackman is not on trial. Can we get that clear? Unfortunately, Romeka is not here. Romeka is not on trial. The one who's about to go to trial is Quadasia Holly Johnson. Okay? So all things focused on her and what she was doing. And with her boo thing, who is the other witness and person there on the scene. Romeka is not there to speak up for herself this time. She was here back in June, and we're going to see some stuff she was saying back then. Because I'm going to be honest, that whole thing that Trina went through last night, I've seen bits and pieces. I haven't seen it in its totality the way she did it last night. And I just started writing all kind of questions. I have questions. Okay, so Romeka's not on trial. Why are we trying to make it look like she's on trial here? She's not. Okay, so unfortunately, she's not even here to tell her side of the story. We're here speaking up on her behalf and bringing awareness to this case, keeping her name out there, praying that the facts and evidence are presented in this case. Romeka is not on trial. So let's please stop trying to make it look like, oh, Romeka gonna have to prove why she did this. Romeka gonna have to tell why she did this. How's she gonna do that? What did she do? For one, on the scene, she was unarmed. Okay, so I mean, what did she do? That's the part we're trying to figure out. Okay, so I was confused. I'm like, why is this seeming like Romeka on trial? Like she getting ready to have to defend herself. No, she wasn't on trial. She's not on trial. She's not here. We're praying for justice for her. We're praying that the truth is exposed and revealed for her on her behalf. Okay, so that's just a public service announcement that I felt like we needed to get out. Okay, shout out to Dreamy Girl. Hey, sis, welcome. Good morning, and thank you so much. Yeah, no, it didn't go over his head because they need to look into that judge too. She was getting away with just saying whatever, not having evidence to get this stuff in motion. Okay, they need to look into that as well. Because how you gonna ask her where you get some mail from, and the first thing you said, well, we share a child's father. Wait, okay, so is he the one that gave you the mail, ma'am? Huh? Is he giving out Romeka's mail? How in the world did you get some of her mail? And nothing but the truth said, girl, I was thinking the same thing. That she was going into, I don't know what kind of mailbox Romeka had though. So I can't say that for sure. I don't know if she had the kind where you walk up and can just open it, or if you had to have a key, to get into her actual mailbox. Hey, DeMarcus, the judge seems so biased. Right. I'm glad for Romeka documenting this with the courts. Exactly. See, Romeka, I'm glad that there is some evidence of some things. Her post at this hearing when she actually went and was able to tell of her concerns, the picture and post the date of her unaliving, like it was like she was leaving little clues along the way, not knowing what was going to happen to her. Good morning, Janet, Honey Drip. Thank y'all for joining. Shout out to Rhapsody for the super sticker and for being a sponsor for today's live. And thank y'all so much for all of the birthday wishes. I appreciate it. I'm seeing them and I'm trying to talk through them at the same time because y'all know I'll get tied up in these comments, and we'll slow down and read some of the comments in a little bit. I believe Holly was in Romeka's house with Carlos stealing her clothes. Child, I wouldn't put it past them. Because, child, did he give you a piece of mail trying to help you? You have multiple of this girl's addresses. Okay, how are you finding out that information? You have all of these different addresses. Is he giving you addresses? Did he hand off some of Romeka's mail? All of that. Okay. It's just not adding up. Thank you, Becca. Yeah, it could be in her house, stealing her clothes and mail. Yep. Unfortunately, Melinda. Unfortunately. Hey, chat it up with G. Okay. So that was something that came out prior, is that whole conversation about the mail. It really, really I just couldn't believe it. Even some of the wigs that Holly had on looked just like Romeka Styles. Child, I wonder, oh, that would be crazy if it was more stuff taken that day. And Romeka, I don't know if she realized some stuff was taken. I'm curious to know, did she ever realize after he came in there and trashed her place, did she ever realize anything missing? You know what I'm saying? I'm hoping that a Tesla car was somewhere in the area because it have a camera that could have got everything on video. As Daddy on video. Trust and believe the prosecutor. Yes, okay, that's going to be key, Regina. What kind of evidence do they have? Like, okay, if you go back to that date, okay, of him being in Romeka's apartment and doing that, well, were there any cameras on the outside of the buildings that they could very well go back to and look on those cameras and see, was there anyone else there with him? That's a very good point. Hey, Shelly. Hey, sis. Thank you so much. Y'all make sure y'all tap that like button. Okay. That's something to think about. Yes, the judge needs to be dealt with. Make me think the judge was Holly's family. And you know, we have been hearing that since the beginning of her possibly having some people there, okay, in law enforcement, a politician, judge, or some sort. I don't know for sure. But definitely she didn't answer that question. She went on to something else. And I would have brought her right on back to that question, ma'am. How did you get the mail? Because y'all having a father in common, child's father in common, does not mean you automatically gain access to the other baby's mama's mail. Unless that child's father that y'all have in common is the one that handed you the mail. See, he's trying to keep his hands clean in all of this. And the more that's revealed, okay, the more that comes out, it's showing him somewhere around, somewhere in the midst of all of this. Shout out to Chat It Up with G. Thank you so much for the super sticker and for being a sponsor for today's live. Freddie said Carlos gave Holly Romeka's mail. That's why she moved. Yes, because she's going to bring that up. And I believe he did too. Okay. She just didn't come flat out and say he gave it to me. But that was the next thing in her statement was, we have a child's father in common. Okay. Hey, Derica. Good morning. All right, let's continue. Thank y'all for coming on in. Thank y'all for all of the wonderful birthday wishes. I really, really appreciate it. Let's see. That was her jacket. Hey, T. Smith. Good morning. All right, let me pull up. Was because I was putting this in the chat last night as well. Where did she get this idea? Okay. Where did she get the idea to go through with this? Because I don't believe that was all on her own. I believe that he did give her input into that. Okay. And that was another factor that came up. If he is possibly giving mail, if he is possibly behind the scenes, okay, showing, oh, you don't really have to take this seriously. She's not about to do nothing, and getting her to stop, then that would have continued this, giving them the go-ahead for September the 8th. Okay, another thing that came up during this, Romeka was saying that she did not feel like her child was safe. That Holly was allegedly saying online that her son had boils. Okay. And that also her son said that he did not like Holly. Now, my thing is this. I feel just like Romeka did. I feel like kids do this too. Kids also have a sixth sense. Okay. They also can, if you've ever had a baby and you've had a baby to come and just be like hugging you and things of that sort, and then they like pull back from a person or they look upside the head of a person, then you like, what's wrong with that person? Because sometimes, y'all, kids have this sense that something's not quite right with the person. Pay attention to your children and how they react around certain people. Okay, pay attention to that because it does matter. It does matter. And I feel that if her son really told her that I don't like her, then he could have been feeling a certain type of way about her. And I'm glad that she took note of that. Okay, because rightfully so. Look what this woman ultimately did to his mother on September the 8th. Rightfully so. Gretchen said, putting sweet nothings into Holly's ear like he's doing now. Sexy Mama said, I seen something on Criminal Villains that the C-Man is bashing Romeka playing victim. It wouldn't surprise me. Holly went to criminal justice school. She learned how to get around the system. Sure. And I'm questioning that too. Because even when she started talking about the posts, okay, that Romeka is making these posts and she said, I'm wearing her jacket. Well, my thing is this, that's something you can report to Facebook. If it was on Facebook or TikTok, Instagram, well, why didn't you report it through that platform? Also, this is something else that I've been stating from the beginning. Where are all of the police reports? Because even this judge was saying something to the fact of, well, you can file a police report if you feel like she's posting your child. He said that to Holly and to Romeka. So even with this TPO, okay, even with this, where are the police reports leading up to this if you felt that your child was unsafe? Leading up to September the 8th. Holly was bound to have an evil eye when she looked at Lil Los. Yes, children know better than we do. Yeah, they do. They can feel a person. Holly did not go to criminal justice school. I don't believe she did either, Tanya. It's just not given that when I hear these little responses like that, I mean, girl, you would have a more in-depth vocabulary. Okay. Hey, Tammy, welcome. You would have a little more in-depth vocabulary and all of that. And I just don't get any type of college. Okay. I'm not getting that from her, just from the responses that she gives, just from the things that she wanted them to look into in court. I just couldn't believe it. And also, the other part of that is what happens with that particular, the one that Romeka had put out. Did that one just fall out of a file? That's still a huge question mark. If she was, because it looks like it was already in the works. Okay. It looks like it was already in the works. So then what ended up happening with that? Is it on file? After they couldn't serve her, what did they do with it? Because they were looking for Holly. They were looking for her. But her addresses either were not being given out or it was a lie, wherever they were trying to go. Philly Girl Juice said Carlos has a histrionic personality disorder. He wants a type of life that he can only scam his way into. He saw that he couldn't scam his way back to Romeca. Wow. I'm telling you. Shout out to Tanya for the super sticker and for being a sponsor for today's live. Thank you so much. I think all Khadijah has is a GED. And you know what, SG, if someone really looked into that, I don't know if they're going to verify, because I'm at this point, like I said, they need to go back and verify everything leading up to this point for her to even get it, the evidence. Okay. So we're going to say, Sue, make sure you not verify just the, we learned this from Brianna, not just the fact that there's a certificate or a diploma that has your name on it, but baby, go and look at the transcripts. Okay, you know how like when you're trying to apply to a certain college, you can't just say, or some jobs, let's just say some jobs. And if you go to a higher college or whatever, you can't just go in there and say, I went to Waco or Baylor in Waco, right? You have to not only produce, in some cases, they ask you to produce the degree itself, but you have to submit to those schools for your official transcripts. And then they mail the transcripts or email. Now they're making the process a little easier. They will email those transcripts over to that company or over to the other college. Okay. So they will then email that to them. You have to show proof, not just write it on an application. So if she went to anything beyond high school, I definitely question it, will want to see those transcripts and will want to see those transcripts. You said I'm not getting that either. Holly don't have a good school-based mind. She has hood mentality. Latanya said Holly hasn't gotten around the criminal justice. Isn't she in jail for first degree murder? Podasia is too simple-minded to have gone to anyone's school. Romeca was taking Carlos and Holly to court. They made sure she was dead before October 4th when Carlos had his DV court date. Romeca was going to get custody and protection from Carlos. And I can see that too, DeMarcus, which that's another question mark there. Like, what was that fully about? Okay, that court date that was in October coming up. Because all of that plays a part. Okay, all of that plays a part in this, in my opinion. Okay, the whole thing behind the evidence. Okay, that's important because it was such a critical little piece that what should have been leading up to her even getting that far with getting the TPO. She never did get a chance to bring in that evidence. Okay. Then after that, you have another court date that was coming up with just him. Never got a chance to get to that court date. Was that a coincidence? Okay. Was that a coincidence? Shamika said, why we insulting? And no one is insulting GEDs. Let me put that out there. I want nobody stand up. Child love. Okay. You worked hard for that. At whatever level you legally and truthfully obtained. Okay. So nobody's making fun of that. Shamika said she got that certificate from her Walmart. Not the Walmart layaway plan. Shout out to Tammy for the super sticker and for being a sponsor for today's live. Thank you so much. Yes, OB, where is the paperwork? And they was twisting the narrative. Yes. Did Holly know the judge? Because that's what it gives. That's what a lot of people were saying. There's no proof of that, but I don't know. This judge seemed I don't know, just some of the things that were said, it just, I don't know, it definitely wasn't in favor of Romeka all the way. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then if she's trying to tell you, can you at least give me to August? Like, it wasn't any leniency with that. And then even with the mail situation, like you overlooking some stuff with Holly, that part. So I'm just, I don't know. Those transcripts say special ed all the way down. Y'all silly. Hey, Shannon, welcome. Carlos and Romeka had a family. Amir Rowe and Carlos dinner outing about 50 days before she was unalived. That would have been around the time of the TPO filing. That's when he persuaded her. About 50 days before. Wow. That's not far off. Fact, they want to see a degree and transcript. I was looking for my son's degree for a month. Yes, I'm telling you, it's becoming, because some people are doing this online stuff where they just kind of get a transcript, where they put in your name and you can have it printed and stuff like that. But that's not real proof. What transcripts do you have that shows your classes, what you made in those classes, all of that to authenticate the degree? So that's why I was asking with these court papers and so forth, right? When she was going to court, how did they authenticate the things she was saying that she was putting on there with the grandmother? Okay, so was it really Romeca that called? Some people could call and troll their loved ones. Okay, so did she know the voice she was talking to? Then the text messages, where did they come from? Hey, D Brown is in the building. Thank you so much, sis. I appreciate that. I love you too, sis. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Y'all, Dee's birthday was this past not Thursday, Saturday. Okay, she's my fellow Capricorn sister. Okay, shout out to all of the Caps in the building. Let's say the judge seems suspicious. Yeah, something just seemed a little off. Okay, on some of these details, the judge seemed a little off with that. But I just didn't understand the Kwabaja part and the marriage part. It just made, to me, on a legal document, those things are important. And it just made me wonder, like, what in the world? Okay, even going back to that step, that was right before they were supposed to come back to court. Okay. And so then you question, okay, after that, that goes back into, well, what happened for her to miss that July date? Okay. Did he say something? Because that was a question mark in my mind. Did he say something to her to persuade her not to go through with this? Maybe her thinking Holly is going to drop this thing. Okay. Trying to trust somebody that you felt like you could possibly trust. Let's see. Show this morning talks about the courts and Holly's text messages. Okay. Do y'all think that this case is heading to trial or no? I believe it is. Hey, Katisa. I believe it is. Okay. Thank you, D. I appreciate that. The case should be moved to another court. I'm not trusting that judge. Oh, which one? The one for the 7th? Because that's 2 days, y'all. 2 days. And we just pray all goes well on the 7th. Wow. It came fast, man. I don't believe Kadasia was even working. She probably was on WIC and food stamps. Wait a minute. Now, where y'all just be throwing some stuff out. Probably on WIC and food stamps, not judging, just saying, I don't believe she was doing anything productive with her life. Yeah, and you know what? That was a point that Romeca made too. She said that Holly didn't have anything to lose. I think that's very profound for her to even admit that. I feel that is very, very profound that she said that. I'm working on stuff. I have my work that I'm doing. Okay. I'm going to nursing school. She was moving. She was doing something with her life. Okay. So she was working on something. And so my thing is for her to say that Holly had nothing to lose. And then us fast forwarding to September the 8th. Okay, fast forwarding to September the 8th. The way she was acting out there showed she felt she had nothing to lose. Even with her own baby out in the car, even with other people walking around, children walking to school, that she did not even consider. That mentality to me shows you feel like you have nothing to lose. Or is it that you've kind of been getting away with stuff time after time? Oh, I can go to electronic monitoring. I can do some community service. So maybe this time I can do that. Mm. Well, that bubble gonna be popped. Okay. January 17th. Happy early birthday, Regina. Mrs. Easy said, if what they say is true, that Carla was out all night, maybe Silly thought he was with Romeka and that may have set her off to see her pull up. Yes, we've been seeing that too. That's a possibility. I don't know on that. Kobasha. Supposedly her lawyer has already requested a speedy trial. Yeah, she did demand trial. I believe that too, y'all. I've always believed that too. By the way, by the way, it's going. She had she had way too much time on her dirty hands. Holly ain't have nothing going on with herself. All that time on her hand, she was stalking Romeka, reading her mail. Right. Romeka definitely was right. Look at where Kodasia is now. Exactly, Sherry. Okay. Yeah, Philly girl, I believe that is going to trial too. They aren't releasing her from jail. If Holly's lawyer, it won't be good for Holly. Mm, goes to trial because I want to see all the. Yes, me too, SG. Me too. Hmm. I definitely want some of the things that we have not been able to fill in the blank, because I believe it's way more, y'all, that we have not yet seen or heard about yet that's out there. I do feel that. Hmm. The state will automatically consider Holly's lack of work when establishing her character. I was cracking up when I saw how Meeks said ugly when they did that court Zoom. And Holly would say yes. That tickled me. I didn't expect that. I mean, it was a little jokey joke. Okay. You throw up in the mix. I also think that I don't know. I don't know. How do you have a gun but no job? Yeah, because I don't think they've ever said what she did. I know she had that business that was involuntarily dissolved. And then the vending machine, lashes or whatever, only fans. She tried to pop that back out. Okay. She had to pop that back out right before she went to jail. Hey Deanna, good morning. It really hurts my heart how people are putting misinformation out. This is a real situation that has affected the three families. People should be praying instead of coming up with what they think. Exactly, Deanna. And Romeka's aunt did speak on that the other day about how this is a very serious situation, and not to just be out here repeating false information and giving extra light to that, but to just stick with the facts in the case, because we want everything, to be fair, just, and that God would do his work. He's going to do what he does. I hope it takes the jury 30 minutes or less. These families are hurting, and especially Romeka's family. Yes. And prayers of comfort and strength to them. Okay. Because each time they have to go to that courthouse, that is a whole, it's like a scab trying to heal, but it can't really heal quite yet, because every time they have to go to the courthouse, they have to revisit and hear about different things pertaining to the loss of Romeca as they are fighting for justice. Okay. And so just continue, y'all, to keep them lifted up in prayer, throughout this whole process. This is not a show, like she said, it's not something to play with. Getting to the bottom of things, the root of it all. Okay. And really seeing justice for Romeka in this case is what's important. The attorney thinks a speedy trial, the promotion won't be ready because she got lucky before on a case. So she gonna speed Holly to life without parole. Yes, put her away quick. Like she will look for little loopholes. Um, Sometimes, pleas and so forth. So she shares like her testimonials and things of that sort. But not every case is different. I mean, the same. Like we've seen even in this situation, how some people were thinking that this was not going to be taken. This case was not going to be going this far. That Holly was not going to get arrested. But as we've seen, that changed. Okay, even after she was released in the beginning, a lot of people fell off after that and quit watching. But hey, look at where she is now. Okay, so now I think some people's attention is being put back on this case because they are now seeing movement again. Okay, they kind of probably missed some of the in between time because there were some things that had been coming out over the course of the time that she was out. Okay, and people were still discussing behind the scenes, on YouTube and things like that, of what was taking place. And some people kind of missed a lot of that part, the in between part. They just see, oh, she's arrested. Well, leading up to that, did y'all see any of the lives, the stuff that was coming out? Okay. Let's see. No family is hurt other than Romeka's family, especially Romeka's son. Right. Hey, Peanut. Okay. Deanna said they will not really heal or grieve properly until this court phase is over. Right. I agree. Thank you, Rachel. I appreciate that. She was wearing her jacket. Yup, she sure was. I just know it. Yes, justice for Meeks. Philly Girl Juice said a speedy trial can be next year. So Holly's lawyer better sit down or go shopping. Not to go shopping. Uh-uh. Child. Mm-mm-mm. Well, y'all, I think that was all. I wasn't going to stay on long today. And I did good today. Praise the Lord. Okay. Because I know the other lives, it was like 2 or 3 hours, but I do have some things I got to do and go celebrate with my family today. And then it's kind of looking dreary here. I'm like, why on today? Okay, that just makes me want to go back to bed. Have some type of dinner or lunch in bed. He was recording Romeka this day, and age phones are always out. Why no audio or video of Romeka threatening Dummy's life? Can't be going because they don't exist. Yep, that's true. That is true. Going to be interesting. Yeah, because when those phone records come out, I mean, who's to say what was recorded was recorded? You know what I'm saying? Y'all know people record faithfully when people call and things like that nowadays. So we never know what is being recorded. Thank you, Philly Girl Juice. Shout out to Shelly Shells and the Mods, Dreamy Girl. Thank you, ladies, so much in the chat today. Thank y'all so much. I appreciate that. Yeah, we don't know when people, were recording. Just like we saw at the courthouse, baby, you better be careful because, baby, they got recordings everywhere. Okay. The news lady said the cameras were still rolling. Okay. People outside record, people on the inside, and the news people. Now, the other people that sit in the courtroom, you're not supposed to be having those phones and stuff. But okay, the news cameras were outside of the courtroom, I guess, as people were coming out and cameras still on picking up stuff. Then when you get outside, people recording. So we're just in that time where people record. Okay. So hey, hopefully some of the antics were caught. Proof in phones, text messages. I have faith the state is ready. That's why it took them almost 90 days to charge. Right. That girl is dumb as a box of rocks. Thank you, Katie. I appreciate that. And then also, y'all, let me give shout outs. Shout out to Aries Black. Let's see. K Brown, AB, Tammy, Rachel, 71 Suburban Girl, Melinda, Gretchen, Philly Girl Juice, Sexy Mama Libra, Miss Josephine, Rhapsody. Thank you all so much for the different blessings that you sent for my birthday today. It really, really means a lot to me. Thank y'all so, so much. And D, Royal D, as well. Thank you so, so much. I appreciate that. And I appreciate all of your support. Also, y'all, if you want to check out the video, and I had already shouted out Trina, but also, y'all, if you want to watch the full video in its entirety, I repeat, make sure you go to her channel and watch the full video, Politricians in Leadership. Okay, that is her channel as well. Let's see. Shout out to all the sponsors. Yes. I don't know. I ain't gonna even get in that, sis. But thank y'all so, so much. I appreciate all of your support on today. Make sure you tap that like button. It is for free. Also, if you would like to support the channel, you're welcome to send a super sticker, super chat, Cash App, or buy a coffee. And those links are in the description field of this video. I hope that you all have a great day. Oh, you know what? Before I head out, let me see. Let me pull this one up. This is the one, because I had to do it at the front of my video and at the end, because I already know I'm gonna have to I'm gonna have to edit it out. But this is one of my favorite versions of songs, birthday songs. And I know we're gonna hear this at a lot of the parades coming up for Dr. Martin Luther King's birthday. Okay, or hey, celebration of his birthday on in 2 weeks. It's actually in 2 weeks. Kids go back to school, and then they get a whole other break, a 3-day. I be like, y'all out of school too much. Okay. A whole other break. But child, let's go. I'll make sure y'all have a good day. Until next time. Bye-bye.
Happy birthday to my mom.
You just flip through truth with the open book. If you felt that heat, like share and stay locked in. Another chapter done, but we far from finished. Truth on the mic, yeah, we handle business. Real talk, no fluff, just facts and fire. From the book to the block, we taking it higher. the open book.
Splashing. What
Every voice
happened?
matters.
Y'all.